Good evening, guests, judge, parents, and friends.
I'm Fiona.
And I'm Michael.
Welcome to today's Canada Youth Leaders of Tomorrow speech competition, which was jointly organized by the Royal Commonwealth Society, North America Noble Academy, and Leaders of Tomorrow.
Special thanks to the sponsor of this event, Accountable Mike. Thank you for the co-organizing Noble Youth Society, North Vancouver iSmart Youth Multicultural Association. Thank you for your support.
Today's finalists are from all over the Great Vancouver. They stand out among 200 other competitors. Let's give them a big round of applause and wish them well for today's competition.
The special guests today are President of Royal Commonwealth Society Mainland BC Bridge, Sean Manris Wade, President of West Vancouver President of West Vancouver Youth Band, Lisa Frost. C Chair, Education Committee, Royal Commonwealth Society Mainland BC Branch, Jimmy Yang. CC Education, CCS Education, sorry. And there are Leader of Tomorrow, George. Benny. Benny? Is there no Benny? Sharuk. Gina. And Shoran.
Today's judges are Sean Maurice Wade, Rogers Killen, Dr. Anar Rajabali, Mesu Tivieta, and head judge Rakesh Tovani. Thank you for being here tonight.
Today's competition will be divided into 4 groups. The skill group of 6 to 7-year-old, the junior group of 8 to 9-year-old, the senior group of 10 to 12-year-old, and the advanced group of 13 and older.
The speech time for the Skittles group is 3 minutes, junior group 4 minutes, senior group 5 minutes, and finally, the speech time for the advanced group is 6 minutes.
Today's event will be jointly organized by the Royal Commonwealth Society and North American Noble Academy Group. The Royal Commonwealth Society was founded in London in 1898 and is contributed in more than 100 cities and regions.
So the goal of this association is to encourage young people like us to develop their skills and understand their role as a global citizens in order to reach the challenges facing our international community. So let's welcome the guest speaker, President of the Royal Commonwealth Society Mainland BC Branch, Sean Maurice Wade.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, contestants, judges, members of the Royal Commonwealth Society, of course, it's a great honor to be here tonight and speak to you. My name, of course, is Sean Wade, and I'm president of the Royal Commonwealth Society, Mainland of British Columbia branch. We're a branch of a global organization. We were founded, actually, I think, in 1868, not 1898, so we're a little bit old. We had our 150th last year, in fact. Our organization promotes education and fellowship betwixt and between the 53 nations and many peoples of the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth, you may well ask, what is it? It's a collection of lands, peoples, and nations comprising 1/3 of the world's population and home to 1/4 of its land mass. There's a lot of oceans and airspace above it as well. Many flora and fauna are found within its bounds. It's a very diverse entity, you might ask. So, of course, what unites all of these people in all of these different places? It is, of course, the lingua franca of the English language. And I used to usually have a podium, which is why I probably broken several rules of the Toastmasters credo in the way I'm doing this. But some people use an iPhone. I'm still old school. I use a paper. Okay, so what unites this entity is the use of the English language as a lingua franca, a language of convenience, a language which is widely used. They speak Gujarati, Punjabi, Toisanwa, etc. in all of these countries, but the main language of government and administration and education is English. So people throughout these lands and territories can communicate in English in real time, and that is what unites this entity. So what we're going to see tonight, I hope, and from what I looked at the speech notes as I cribbed them as I was coming in, is a plethora of topics, speeches on a plethora of topics by many contestants. And they will all be speaking and giving their own perspective on this year's theme, A Connected Commonwealth, from their own perspective. Canada's a Commonwealth country, and you can talk to the billions of people of the Commonwealth in real time because you are speaking the same language as all of the rest of them. Today is June 7th, 2019. My first degree was in history. It's still, in many ways, my first love. So I've kind of been studying events on TV, as you can imagine. Today, in 1944, it was D+1, D-Day +1. And lots of people, tens of thousands, in fact, of people a little bit older than some of our contestants, were fighting, and in some cases, unfortunately, dying, on the beaches for free speech and for the use of the English language and for some of the many freedoms that we enjoy today. They have made, and some of them are still alive today, those who survived the war, have made their contribution to global citizenship, freedom, and the advancement of democracy and making the world a better place. Now it's up to you to make yours in your own way, hopefully not on the beaches of Normandy or some other place. But we're going to see some of this today, how people are beginning to make their contributions to a better world and society by talking about some of these very diverse topics. The connectivity of the Commonwealth exists, of course, through language, through literature, international cooperation, governmental and professional bodies, and groups, such as the Royal Commonwealth Society, and gatherings and events such as this. I did a lot of public speaking in high school and beyond. I spoke in many contests and have given many speeches, and for many years had the great honor in high school of serving in Students' Council and in the university of serving in the University Senate of Simon Fraser University, where I did my first degree. So I've had a great opportunity to give public speeches, and I hope develop some technique. We have some Toastmasters in the crowd, so I'm sure I've made many mistakes, but I've developed a technique, and you will develop your own technique. I'm supposed to actually talk about the connected Commonwealth, but I'm talking a little bit about public speaking, something which, along with writing, is near and dear to my heart, as some of you may well know. I still get nervous, even with all that experience, when I go up to give a speech, and it's a little bit stressful. So really, feeling nervous tonight is very normal, and even when you've been doing it for a very long time, it's not a bad thing. I was a member of Toastmasters briefly in university, and I only stayed for 6 months. Unfortunately, I got busy. So perhaps not long enough to become a Toastmaster-style speaker. So for all you Toastmasters in the crowd, I'm kind of apologizing for any of the many gaffes I may be making now. Public speaking, I believe, is one of the most important things you will ever take up. Lawyers, politicians, priests, teachers, and media people use these skills every day, but so will you in meetings, sales groups, school presentations, and trying to get your ideas across to a group of people, either live or in video chats. One of the greatest public speaking exercises any of you have engaged in already is asking mom and dad for that special gift at Christmas, and in a few years, mom and dad, if you can use the car. So public speaking and advocacy is a wonderful skill set that you should master at an early age. We have some under 7s here, so you've got a long time to learn how to become an effective public speaker and get those car keys every time. By living and participating in events in a Commonwealth country, you can reach 1/3 of the world's people in real time and without simultaneous translation. And I'm involved with, we do some conferences in conjunction with the Model UN, and we run a Commonwealth Committee, which is based on the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting. And of course, the thing that we get across to the students right away, and they patch into right away, is the Commonwealth meetings are conducted in English. So people from India and Belize and Australia and Britain and Pakistan and Canada can all speak to each other, and there's no need for these little headset thingies that they use. Even in the Parliament of Canada, the MPs have to use these headset thingies because it's bilingual. But in the Commonwealth, it's all in English. And that's a powerful tool to reach 1/3 of the world's population because they understand what you're saying because they speak English. But that is an example, I think, of the power of the spoken word, and that is the power and influence of the Commonwealth and the connected Commonwealth. So I thank you all for coming, and I wish you all the best in public speaking tonight and in the years beyond. And some of you are quite young, and you've got a great career ahead of you. So thank you very much. Good luck, and I'm looking forward to hearing some wonderful speeches tonight. Thank you very much.
All right. Thanks to Sean for the wonderful speech. All proceeds in this event will be donated to the nonprofit Westman Youth Band, the community band with a history of nearly 90 years in Canada. Please welcome the president of the band, Lisa Frost, comes to the stage.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. It's a wonderful pleasure to be here, and it's really nice to see all the youth here. Leaders of Tomorrow is an amazing organization, not dissimilar to what we do in our organization. The West Vancouver Youth Band, as Michael mentioned, has been in service for almost 90 years. We're just coming up to our legacy. We're very excited. We like to take all children in, give them an instrument, and see what they can do. Music is a universal language, and it helps create some brain paths that are rather unique sometimes. We've got just over 200 kids this year. We continue to grow. We have 5 major bands and 3 string ensembles. It's a really great organization, and I wholeheartedly give everything in me to help out any kind of youth. I think this is our tomorrow, and we need to make sure that we give them opportunities to create and grow and work with them, with each other, and with everybody else. One of the great things about the West Vancouver Youth Band that I really appreciate is that it is a completely community-based organization. We take great pride in being the official band to play at the Remembrance Day ceremonies, the Canada Day ceremonies, Chinese New Year, and every possible opportunity that we have to interact with the community, we think will not only help us as an organization, but it will teach the kids that community is everything, and without it, we really are small, and we need to make ourselves bigger. So I'm extraordinarily happy to see that these kids are being trained and that the leaders of tomorrow are working so hard to give them this opportunity. I hope you all have a wonderful evening tonight. Good luck to all of you kids, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.
First up, we have Jackie Guo. To be honest, Jackie Guo. Welcome.
Who said this? Honesty is the best policy. I just did. Honesty is the best policy. Good evening, fellow leaders of tomorrow, guests, and honest judges. Guess what I'm going to be talking about today? You got that right. Honesty is very important because it shows you have good characters when you are honest and people trust you and believe in you. But one day, I was not being honest because I asked my mom, "Mom, can I eat one piece of candy?" "Yes, Jack, but only one piece." "Okay, Mom." But when I ate one piece, it was so yummy, I ate a second piece. But afterwards, my mom found 2 candy wrappers under the table. I was so busted. My mom told me Always be honest. If you lie one more time, you will be in big trouble. And when you grow up, you won't be a good person. A few days later, when I was playing tag with my twin sister Jenny, I accidentally broke a glass. I was so scared. But this time I decided to be honest. So I told my mom, "Mom, I broke a glass. Sorry." "It's okay, Jack. Thank you for being honest." So it is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to fail, but you should always be honest. Okay, let's go over that again. Who said this? Honesty is the best policy. Nope, you did. Thank you for being honest.
Now we have Rihanna Rang, Perseverance, Rihanna Rang. Welcome.
What is perseverance? Perseverance is falling 19 times and succeeding the 20th. Perseverance is to keep on trying and not giving up. Perseverance is a key to success. Let me share with you today how I learned to persevere. Good evening, our honored guests, judges, and fellow leaders of tomorrow. I remember one day my mom asked me, "Do you remember what you said to me when you just moved up to junior level figure skating?" I said, "No. Mom, I don't remember." My mom reminded me that said I do not want to go skating lessons anymore. One girl from a skating class is really good, and I cannot catch up with her. I was so surprised I talked that way. Can't believe now, after 1 year, I'm competing at same level competition with her. Now I really like to go skating lessons, even though I fell down many times when I do my figure skating moves like spiral, spins, and jumps. I kept on trying. I'll never give up. I believe I'll get better and finally learn skills. Just a few days ago, when I did my sit spin in my solo, my coach Julie cheered for me. "Wow, you don't fall anymore." It feels great when I finally master the skill. Many people fail because they did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up. Another time, my mom signed me up for a math competition during spring break. I was very scared to go there. However, I chose to stay focused during the exam. And you know what I got? I received a national silver medal and first place in Surrey. I would never know I could do so well if I simply gave up. If you fail once, doesn't mean you fail for everything. You can only realize how strong you are after hard work. Dear fellow leaders of tomorrow, if you set a goal, please keep trying hard. Your hard work will pay off. Perseverance is a secret of success.
Let's give a moment to the judges. Next up, we have Ray Wu, Teamwork, Ray Wu. Let's give him a round of applause.
Did you know that Michael Jordan once said, "Talent wins games, but teamwork and intelligence wins championships. Good evening, most honored judges, most welcome guests, and my fellow leaders of tomorrow. What do you think when I say teamwork? I think together everyone achieves more. And this speech is going to prove to you that the quote I said earlier on is true. First of all, what is teamwork? Teamwork is when people respect, trust, support, and participate together. There are tons of others that relate to teamwork. And you can count them as particles. And each and every word presents a particle that connects to each other and creates strong steel metal. Secondly, I have a story to unfold to all of you. One day, I was at soccer practice, and my coach said, "All right, boys, huddle up. This is the last game of our season, and if you win, we have a surprise for you." And I thought, what is the surprise? The surprise must be good, so we must win. We set up a plan. We would have our best goalkeeper at the back and two defenders blocked by the two attackers for a specific reason. And the midfielders that had a straight way down the field. When the other team's aggressive, the attackers become midfielders, and the midfielders become defenders. The midfielders would get the ball, and when they do, they either score the ball or they pass it to an attacker. The defender either passes to a midfielder or attacker. When we're aggressive, it's the opposite way. At the end, we won 7-4. It was a great day for me. The first day when I started soccer, I never knew how to score a point. Now, my team can score 8 points at the max. In conclusion, teamwork is a very essential and social part of leadership. Today, I would like every leader of tomorrow to use teamwork as a big skill. And when you go home today, I would like every one of you to remember, teamwork can make the dream work.
Let's give our amazing panel another second. Now we'll have our final competitor of the Skittles group, Jenny Guo, to be responsible. Jenny Guo. Welcome.
Are you a responsible person? Great, me too. Good evening, responsible judges, guests, and leaders of tomorrow. Being responsible is very important. We all know that. But why is it so important? Being responsible means you're a good character. It means people can depend on you. Okay, do you have a dishwasher at home? Well, I'm the dishwasher in my house. I'm responsible for rinsing the dishes and putting them in the machine, and afterwards, I'm responsible for taking the dishes out. I'm also responsible for preparing my school uniform every single day. Dress, socks, oh yes, and snack. I'm also responsible for watering the fruit and vegetable garden in my backyard. But one day, I forgot to water.
and the kiwis died. I was so sad. They depended on me. I killed them. Me and my brother were so sad. Then Mom saw our sadness and said, "It's okay. Next time, be more responsible." Afterwards, I went to water the kiwis again. And guess what? They came alive again. I was so happy. You can also be responsible for the whole world. It's a big world, but you can start small. You can reduce your waste, reuse your things, and recycle. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Imagine if we all were responsible for the whole world. It will make the world a better and cleaner place. Leaders of today and tomorrow, are you ready to be more responsible? Yes.
Now for the first compare of the junior group. Let's give it just for a minute. Now for our first compare of the junior group, Brianna Tang, Keep Calm. Keep Calm by Brianna Tang.
I'm gonna be in big trouble for saying this. My mom is a tiger mom. Honorable judges, guests, leaders of tomorrow, and all of you tiger moms. Just kidding. My mom isn't really a tiger. She is a cool cat. So cool, so calm. Brianna, keep calm and listen. Keep calm and study. Keep calm and eat your banana. I am the real tiger in my family. Even attended a course on anger management. Once I got a really cool Frozen Castle Lego. Exciting, right? The lower section was easy. I didn't even have to look at the instructions. But the tower made me sweat in the winter. Try to follow the instructions, but the instructions don't follow me. One little piece has a mind of its own. It just won't fit. Frustrated, I decide to take that piece out. But my hands are too sweaty, my nails are too short, and so is my temper. As I try to yank that piece out, the whole castle collapses. I start shrieking like a tiger. I know a tiger doesn't shriek, but I was an angry 6-year-old. My mom stops doing the dishes. Keep calm, Brianna. It's okay that you put a piece wrong, but see what happens when you get angry? Keep calm. Take a deep breath and start again. But Mom, how do I keep calm after I am already upset? If you kept calm before, you would not get upset after. Here, let me help you. My cool mom gives me a warm hug. And together, we rebuilt the whole castle. Since then, I have learned to keep calm. If you keep calm, you'll listen more and learn more. So, the next time something, even a little piece of Lego, bothers you and you are about to get mad, keep calm. Take a deep breath or ask for help, and all of your troubles will be gone. Instead of being angrier, you will be happier, and you will enjoy your banana too.
Let's give a moment to the judges. Lauren Fong, Be Charming. Be Charming by Lauren Fong.
Imagine you had a best friend. Well, you thought you had a best friend. Say if your best friend was a she. She had the looks, she had the style, but what about her inside? Good evening, judges, honored guests, and leaders of tomorrow. Today, I'm going to tell you what charming means, how to be charming, and also a little treat at the end which I'll tell you about when we get there. What does charming mean? Charming means using your inside. Charming means not focusing on how you look on the outside, but how you look on the inside. For example, say if I fall down and then a beautiful woman comes by and just doesn't care about me. How would you feel if you were the person who fell down? Now let's replay that. Say if you fell down again, and then an old lady helps you up. Though she may not be the best looking on the outside, she can be the best looking on the inside. How to be charming. You can be charming in many ways. One of these ways is being polite. Being polite includes many things, such as eye contact, not moving when they're talking to you, and also not getting distracted. For example, say if someone starts talking to me and I think the topic they're talking to me is boring. So I pick up my phone and start listening to what I like to listen to. How would they feel? They would feel ignored. They would feel disappointed. Treat time, everyone. I am going to tell a story called The Magic Mirror. There once lived a king in Arabia. He sat at his throne. I will never get married. His advisor came in and gave him some advice. Always look for a woman who has a beautiful inside, not just the outside. The advisor also gave the king a magic mirror. This mirror was made to look through the outsides and reveal the insides. The king had an idea. He held a special event and asked every woman to come to this special event and look through this mirror. The first one looked in. Why is my reflection so different from my mirror? The king looked up and just walked away. This incident happened to the rest of the women in the special event. After the special event, the king had still not found the right woman yet. Now he sat on his throne again. Why is it so hard to find the right woman? As he was saying this, the maid came over. She was dusting the furniture. As she was dusting the magic mirror, her reflection, it was beautiful. The king knelt down before her at once. They got married and lived a very happy life together. In conclusion, I hope you learned what charming means, how to be charming, and also remember the story, The Magic Mirror.
Now, please give the judge time to judge. Next, Jack Wong, Anger Management, Anger Management by Jack Wong.
What is anger management? Is anger management essential to your health, social skills, and decisions? Do you think so? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and fellow leaders of tomorrow. Does anger management actually affect that much of your daily life? First, being angry is completely normal, but it becomes unhealthy when it spirals out of control. A research dedicate said or showed that being angry increases the likeliness of heart strokes, and the chance of having a heart attack doubles. Being angry is like a fire when it turns to ashes. It's like you're not angry anymore, but you still remember what the bad actions were. Anger is also like a bomb. A bomb would destroy everything, but it will not build or solve anything, especially health. Second, being angry affects your social skills. Speak when you're angry, and you'll make the best speech you'll ever regret. This means that bad words will flow out of your mouth like a river. And you can not only hurt all the other people, but you can also hurt yourself. One day, when I was playing piano, my sister yelled, "Brother, time to eat dinner! Brother, time to eat dinner!" I was mad that she interrupted me. So I yelled, "Stop! You're the worst sister in the universe!" By then, I was shrieking crazy and boiling with rage. But then, as a leader of tomorrow, I remembered that I had to set an example for my sister. So after the anecdote, I apologized, but until now, she still remembers. Lastly, being angry affects your decisions. When you're angry, you're like this. However, when you're not angry, you're like this. The thumb is the emotion part, and the rest of the fingers control the emotion part. When you're angry, your thumb basically takes control of everything, and that leads you to being angry. Anger usually makes you lose control of yourself, and that may lead you to make bad decisions such as violence. Everyone has to learn anger management. And here are some healthy tips to distract you from being in a frenzy. First, you can do some breathing. Everyone, follow me 3 times. Or you can try to do some counting. Whatever you do, just don't be angry and control your own world.
Now please give the judge a moment to judge. Now for the final competitor, Queenie Lee, I Can Do It. I Can Do It by Queenie Lee.
When you have a problem in your life, how do you react? Do you shy away? Or do you go ahead saying, "I can do it"?
Good evening, leaders of tomorrow, most honorable judges and parents. Have you ever faced a challenge and was not confident to fix it like me before? The first time I went to art class, I was extremely shy and didn't want to go. I was afraid. What if I painted the wrong thing? Or what if the kids laughed at me? Even though I was nervous, my mom kept encouraging me, saying, "You can do it." "But I can't, Mom." "You can do it," hugging me with love. In class, I made new friends. I felt overjoyed. I can do it. Also, on my first speech class, I was horrified. What if I didn't know what to say on stage and people laughed at me? My mom kept inspiring me, saying, "You can do it," hugging me with love. When I went on stage, I didn't forget any words, but instead learned lots about speaking. Love is the best nourishment for my confidence. I was so thankful to my mom. At March of this year, I was auditioned by the West Bay music teachers as the main character, Frog, in the music play. My play was successful. After, many students called me Frog, Frog, instead of my name. I am so proud of me. I can do it. The world are not always sunshine and rainbows. So when we meet the difficulties, let us get out of there and shout out loud, "I can do it." Repeat after me, "I can do it." Louder, please. "I can do it."
Now we'll give the judges a moment. Thank you to all our junior group speakers. Now we will begin the competition for senior group. And first up, we have Rebecca Sun, Chase Your Passions. Chase Your Passions, Rebecca Sun.
Chase your passion. Last week, my friend Sophie's mom was giving me a ride home. We had barely got onto the car when a little argument broke out between Sophie and her mom. "Sophie, I keep telling you, you should be a doctor." "No, Mom, I want to be a singer." "No, Sophie, you should first become a doctor. Then you could take up singing as a hobby." Good evening, honorable judges, parents, fellow students, teachers, and especially those who insist that their kids should become astronauts, engineers, lawyers, anything but singers. Every time when I try to show my parents my love for art, my dad would always say, "Rebecca, we know you love art, but we think you're spending too much time on this doodling." "Doodling? At least give me a compliment before telling me all my my time used is a waste of time. What I'm trying to tell you is really important. This is definitely going to impress everybody around you, including your parents. I found a way to be successful without having to work hard. The secret formula to success is to be passionate. Don't get me wrong. When you are passionate, you do things well without even noticing. Let me tell you a story. When I was younger, I've always dreamed to become a lawyer, astronaut, or doctor. Not because I liked it, only because it made my parents happy. So therefore, I had to take classes such as English, math, debate, blah, 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 you name it. Therefore, one day, when I was told that there was a contest coming up, I started to panic. I wasn't expecting this to happen because I didn't have fun in class. I wasn't passionate about doing these things. So when I was told that there was a debate contest, I was panicking. I wasn't ready. I wasn't prepared because clearly I was an idiot. So on the day of the contest, as always, I start to sweat. I start to shake. As the rounds go by, I still haven't said anything until the rebuttal. I still haven't said anything because my brain was blank. My friend that was sitting beside me that kicked me. I still haven't had anything in my brain. So I looked up and I saw my parents and 100 other audience staring at my face. I looked to the side and saw my instructor staring at me with an angry expression. Finally, my friend was annoyed by my ignorance, so she rolled her eyes and stood up and whispered something in my ears. Thanks to her help, I stood up and spoke with powerful sentences. At last, we've won the contest, but I wasn't enjoying the mood. My mom noticed that something was wrong, so I told her I never liked debate. I feel like I was going to say things that I wanted to say, but it wasn't that way. It was more like I was forced to talk. But you did so well on the rebuttal, my mom said. That was because my friend helped me. Without her help, I would have fainted on stage. Finally, my mom agreed to cancel my class, and she also agreed to give me more free time. After that day, I started to explore more things on my own will. I was encouraged to make my own art and sell them. So I got into it right away and made a sticker shop with my sticker paper, printer, and my cutting machine. Now that I'm almost 13, I've made around 100 sheets of stickers and has made around $400. Pretty impressive, hey? Thank you, thank you. It definitely didn't feel like a lot of work because I was enjoying what I was doing. So today, here I am, telling you my story, my passion, and how it motivated me. A way to do something well is to be passionate about it. To summarize, you are the person who makes your choices, not somebody else, because you are independent and you can make your own choices. Always remember the words of Confucius from about 500 BCE. Choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life.
Please give our wonderful panel a second to judge. Next up, we have Daisy Xia, Contagious Happiness, Daisy Xia. Please give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
Would you like to donate, please? I would like to offer this as a gift and a thank you. Did you know that happiness is contagious? Good evening, fellow leaders of tomorrow, Madame Contest Chair, most honorable judges, and most welcome guests. That day, the skies were dark and the air was cold. I stood in the cold, my palms sweating, my legs shaking, my heart pounding.
I had to raise money for my school. And I remember from last year how I was rejected so many times. I was scared and nervous that it would be the same this year. I took a deep, deep breath and walked up to the first house. Knock, knock, knock. A man opened the door. He happily agreed to donate, and all of a sudden I wasn't nervous anymore. I quickly offered them the gift I had prepared. Would you like this flower? The man looked at me. Thank you for offering, but I have a task for you. What's the task? I want you to pass this gift on to someone else to make them happier. Did you know that happiness is contagious like the cold, but it spreads with the warmth of a fire? As I left the house, all I could think of was, yes, I raised some money. But I completely forgot about what the man has said about happiness. Knock, knock, knock. A lady opened the door. She donated $5. But when I offered the plant, she said, oh, no. You see, I only donated $5. It's not about the money. I want to offer this as a gift and a thank you. No, really, no. Keep it for yourself, okay? As I left that house, I wasn't feeling as happy anymore. I realized the lady might have thought $5 wasn't enough for that plant. I stood there for a while, thinking. I felt kind of bad. Then, all of a sudden, a thought struck my head. I remember what that man has said. Pass this gift on to someone else to make them happier. With that thought in mind, I scribbled a thank you at the side of one of the plants, and I returned to the lady's house. I carefully set the plant at the doorstep and left. As I was leaving the house, I felt a warm glow in my heart. It was like joy and excitement, delight and relief all mixed together to create a feeling I can't describe. All of a sudden, the skies turned bright blue. Birds started chirping. The air was buzzing with happiness. I imagine how that lady will react to this plant. I imagine her opening the door, seeing that plant. She might be delighted, she might be surprised, she might be happy. And I imagine her spreading this happiness to her family and her friends spreading it to even more friends. And I smiled as I thought of everyone being happy. Even now, I can still remember that special, happy feeling. And I had learned a very valuable lesson with that man. Happiness is contagious, like the cold, but it spreads with the warmth of a fire.
Well, let's give the judges another moment. Now we'll have Billie Jean, Confidence. Confidence, Billie Jean. Welcome.
Have you ever had a time where you felt very unconfident, very unsure of yourself in a situation? Well, I sure had. Imagine with me. It's like the feeling when you're standing at the very edge of a high diving board, the diving board of life. Your knees are shaking, your stomach is churning, and your body is immovable. You just can't jump in. So you might just decide to walk off. All that separates the two is just a flick of confidence. Greetings to dear judges, audience, and fellow leaders of tomorrow. Today, I'll be giving you a speech, like said, on confidence, and specifically how to gain more confidence. Okay, so now my first point is actually not a point, but a question. Why do you want to gain more confidence, or succeed, or get an A in math? Why do you want to be a straight A student? I know it's pretty obvious, but just think about it. Now I'll be giving you an even tougher question. How do you succeed? How do you get an A in math? How do you become a straight A student? The most likely answer that you're going to come up with is practicing. And one way to spot whether one has practiced or not is to simply look at the way they come into, in this example, a test room. You see, the first guy that's going to come in, I call him the pro because he's practiced, okay? He walks in all confident, and then he takes up his pencil and goes on his test. You can literally hear the pencil scraping. They walk off and go like, "See ya, fellows." Next thing you know, they're at the very top of the leaderboard. Like, what the? Right? Next, you have the normal guy. I'm the normal guy, and probably most of you as well. This normal guy walks in, picks up his pencil, does his test, and walks off. And gets a high score as well. That's why I call him the normal dude. Okay, and lastly, we also have the newbie. Why do I call him the newbie? It's because he doesn't practice at all. He doesn't even care about the test. So he walks in slouching and goes like, "Why the heck am I even here?" Picks up his pencil, chucks it across the room, and walks off. Next thing you know, he's disqualified. I don't want you so that the next time you walk into a test room, you go like, "Oh, he's a newbie. Oh, he was playing Fortnite all day. He didn't practice at all. Oh yeah, he's a god. He's this or that." But I want you to realize and think about what sets them apart. Again, it's practicing. The pro walks in all confident because he knows that he's going to win. He's going to win this battle. He's going to move on to the next level. He has confidence in himself because he practiced. The normal guy practices a few hours, and a newbie plays Fortnite. Okay, so now if you think that practicing is going to make you a god, he's going to this and that, well then you're wrong. You're most likely wrong, I mean. So now you have the problems 1 + 1 = 2 on a test. And you go like, "Yeah, I can do that, so easy." And so you practice 24/7. 1 + 1 = 3, 1 + 1 = 3. And does that sound right to you? No. Because 1 + 1 = 2, not 3. I know it's pretty obvious, but it's just an example. Anyways, and so this is why you must have a teacher to help you. You see, studying a new subject can be like having a blindfold on and your first time trying to open a door. A teacher will be someone that will take off the blindfold for you and teach you how to open the doorknob and walk in. And so now, having a cause to change, practicing lots, and also having someone that will correct your mistakes, you have the perfect formula for confidence. And so from today on, I challenge you so that you can try something new every week and also try to gain more confidence from it too. I also challenge you so that the next time you stand aboard the diving board of life, do not hesitate. Gather up your confidence and jump in. Confidence.
Now we'll have a moment for the judges. And now we'll have Henry Tsai, Be Charming, Henry Tsai. Welcome.
We all have a tag around our necks. People size us up on how we look, our face, our height, whatever. And then they write a price on that tag. If we look like $1 million, they fill in the blanks and give us lots of positive characteristics. But if we don't look like $1 million, we have a problem. How? How can we change the price that people wrote on our tags? The answer? With charisma, with charm. Good evening, honor roll guests and judges.
Fellow leaders of tomorrow, I will present to you all about being charming. So first off, why is being charming so important? Charm gains you power, control, makes you friends, and builds your relationships. And know that the world's most successful people, the greatest workers, have all mastered the ability to be charming. Charm not only benefits yourself, it also brings out the best in others. That's why it's so important in leadership. How can you be charming? We all know the basics: smile widely, have a good posture, talk with confidence, have good eye contact. But I'm not here to tell you what you already know. We all have different interests, but we all have the same mental desires. Those are respect, power, control, recognition, and to be loved, liked, or wanted. So how? Be fascinated with them, ask questions about them, and encourage them to talk about themselves, because it fulfilled all of those desires. Pay attention to how you speak. Speak with emphasis, meaning, and use stories and metaphors. Let me give you an example of how not to do it. Cognitive psychology theory suggests that when a target is described under a configuration of traits, under implicit or explicit prototypes, under recruitment of the subject. Who remembers what I just said? Please raise your hands. Ooh, some cognitive psychologists around my room. So now you get what I mean. That sums up for almost everything about what I have to say about being charming, but I have one more experiment to share about you to prove that what charm can truly do. A group of people recruited 106 temporary workers who were preparing postal mail for a fundraising campaign for cancer. They were trying to raise these workers' performance. These workers were randomly split into 3 groups. The first group was given a standard motivational speech, but weren't given bonuses for good performance. The second group was given the exact same speech, but they were given bonus payment. A third group, however, wasn't given bonus payment, but they were given a charmastic speech. The first group had no increased performance. The second group and the third group, however, got significantly increased performance. They got increased performance, basically for free, just by using a different speech. When I said about using stories and metaphors, many of you were probably very skeptical. I'm going to prove that they make a difference to a person. Here's what was in the standard motivational speech. Look how much people are in this room. If we all sent a single letter to that fundraising drive, how many lives can we save? Kids with cancer. But here's what was in the charmastic speech. A story. Once an old man was walking along the shoreline. He saw a young boy who was picking up starfish and throwing them into the sea. He approached the boy and said, "What are you doing?" The boy said, "I'm picking up starfish and throwing them into the sea because the sun is rising and they'll die." "But," said the old man, "there are thousands of starfish out there. And the sun is already high and the tide is already low. How can you possibly make a difference?" The young boy picked up a starfish, threw it into the sea, and said, "I made a difference to that one." Remember, we have the power to be charming. We have the power to gain respect. We have the power to make a difference. And we all have the power to write the price we want on our own tags.
Now we'll have Eric Sue, A Car Without Tires. A Car Without Tires, Eric Sue.
Hard work cannot guarantee success, but without it, there is a guarantee. The guarantee of failure. Good evening, honorable judges, guests, and all you talented people. People call me Eric, but I call myself
Eric the Talented. I'm good at tennis, I excel in piano, and I rock at math. I'm so good at math that Einstein didn't stand a chance against me. In grade 2, I could correctly multiply 44.9 times 33.6. The answer is 1,508.64. One day, I come home from school and yelled excitedly, "Mom, I have a math competition at school." Mom gets even more excited than me and says, "Eric, this is your time to shine, but you must work hard." Work hard? Why? I'm Mr. Talented. I've pretty much already won the competition. The other students just have to compete for who's going to come second and third, right? So instead of practicing, I would secretly play games in my room. Did I work hard? Yeah, I worked on my gaming skills. The big day comes as Mr. Talented walks into the class, chest puffed and shoulders tall, dreaming about the rich harvest, the grand prize. However, when I opened the question paper, I started sweating. The questions were so weird. For example, there were a total of 38 feet on Bob's farm. How many rabbits and chickens are on the farm? What kind of math question is this? I'm not a farmer. How would I know? I wasn't surprised then that I came 5th out of 5 competitors. You're laughing now, but back then, my failure made me feel so discouraged. No, not discouraged. I felt destroyed. I flopped into my couch, and my mom said, "Eric, talent without hard work is like a car without tires. No matter if you have a Tesla or a Lamborghini, the car still won't move without tires." Hard work is key to success in math and in life. Mom was right, as usual. I learned my lesson. I went to my trusty friend and spent a solid 30 minutes with it every day. Khan Academy and I were the best friends ever. Just 6 months after the big failure of mine, my mom signed me up for another contest. Would you like to guess the results of this contest? My score was amongst the highest in the world, and I was only in grade 2 at that time, when most of my other competitors were in grade 4. How about that for hard work? Thomas Edison once said, "Genius is 1% talent and 99% perspiration." The key takeaway here is that talent doesn't get you anywhere. You can't just sit back and hope that you will ace this test just because you're smart. You must put in the effort. But hey, I'm only 10. What do I know? So take it from my mom, who said, "Talent without hard work is like a car without tires." So when it's time to race, make sure that you check the tires. And only then can you put the metal to the pedal. So I'll see you at the finish line. Drive safely.
Now we'll have Enya Feng, The Power of Family, The Power of Family, Enya Feng.
Family is like a branch. We grow in different directions, and yet our root remains as one. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, and my fellow leaders of tomorrow. I was 5 years old when my dad got a job offer to to go and work in Singapore. My family lived in China then, and I was in kindergarten. I loved my friends and my teachers and my school here in China, but I had to leave them behind. The night before we left, I started crying in my room. My mom came in and asked me if I were all right. I told her, I don't want to move. I like it here in China, and I don't want to leave my friends behind. My mom let me cry for a few moments before she told me, it's all right. You can still come and visit your friends sometimes, and you'll make even more friends in Singapore. I felt a lot better after that. I was 8 when my dad got another job offer. I was excited. I thought we were going back to China. I could see my friends again, go to the same school. But unfortunately, the world was bigger than just 2 countries. My dad told us that this job was in Canada. The night before we left, I started crying again. I loved my friends and my teachers and my school here in Singapore. But I had to leave them behind. Again. My dad came in and told me that it was all right, and that I could still come and visit my friends in Singapore sometimes, and that I would make even more friends in Canada. I felt a lot better after that. I was 9 when we came to Canada. To me, it was a new community, a new environment, filled with new people I don't have a clue about. I was scared, nervous, and alone. I was scared for my first day of school. I was afraid to start making friends. What if my dad gets another job offer? But just then, my little brother Embo came in, gave me a big warm hug, and told me how excited he was for his first day of kindergarten. The thought calmed me, and I felt a lot better after that. I have lived in 3 countries in 2 different continents. I have had many friends, teachers, schools, communities that I've met and left behind. But I've always had one thing that was always there to help me through my hardest times. Family. It's like a branch. We grow in different directions, and yet our root remains as one. Mr. Contest Chair.
Now we have Serena Du, Just Be Yourself, Just Be Yourself, Serena Du.
Please take a deep breath. Now tell me, do I stink? Greetings, honorable judges, guests, leaders of tomorrow, and everyone who thinks I stink. In grade 3, I was the only Asian kid in my class. The cool kids would bully me, tease me, taunt me, and put stinky noodles on my chair. I was called the weird rich Asian girl with 4 eyes. Why? Because I wear glasses. I wanted to tell them, I'm not weird and I'm not rich. My name is Sarina, S-A-R-I-N-A. But I never actually said that. I was too scared, so I just stayed quiet. I had no one to talk to, no friends.
All I wanted was a friend. One friend. Have you ever felt like that? I shared my locker with a boy from the cool gang. Let's call him Domino. I thought Domino could be my friend, but he was the worst. He would ask me dumb questions like, "Do you ever have a shower?" "Yes, of course. How often do you have a shower?" "Every day." One day, when I opened my locker, I get hit by this horrendous smell. Ew! It's Domino's pizza. Is that blue cheese on it? No, it's mold. Disgusting. Who's the stinky one now? When his cool friends found out about Domino's pizza, they started mocking him instead of me. But he blamed it on me, saying, "It's not my pizza, it's Serena's socks." "What? No, it's not. It's your pizza." I decided I had enough. If you can't beat them, join them. So I started to act like them. Cool. But the other kids broke the rules, and soon after, I was accepted into the cool gang. It made me happy, and I made a lot of friends. But my happiness didn't last. I realized my new friends were like chocolate bunnies, sugary on the outside and hollow on the inside. And now, so was I. I felt so guilty, hollow, and ashamed. I was nothing but a sheep in wolf's clothing. One day, my neighbor Tessa and I went biking. "Tessa, I'm just not being myself with this fake gang. What can I do?" "Just be yourself, and happiness will come." Later on, I decided to quit the cool gang. My cool classmates started being mean to me again, but this time it didn't matter to me anymore. It's better to be different and true than fake and popular. Weird rich Asian girl, whatever. I am now in grade 6 and I love who I am, as I am. And I have friends that will stand up for me no matter what. Remember, when you respect others, others will respect you, and you will respect yourself. You'll feel proud of yourself. And your inner light will shine through. Just like when you place a cloth over a lamp, the light is still visible. Just be yourself.
Now, our final contestant in the senior group, Quinton Guo, Sportsmanship. Sportsmanship, Quinton Guo. Welcome.
I am willing to bet you, my dog Cotton, the puppy with the squishiest cheeks ever, that every contestant here tonight is here to win. I learned this lesson on my knees in 1,000 degrees Celsius, wearing a fencing jacket as thick as a burger. In my fencing club, there's a huge sign that says, "Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing." And I believed it. Win at all cost. I was like a Japanese samurai who killed himself to avoid the shame of losing. But my sword was too soft and blunt and prevented me from self-destruction. Last year, I went to Hong Kong for an international fencing competition. My first opponent was so nervous. He looked like my sister before a chemistry test. But he beat me up in the ring, just like my sister does. I was so mad in the dressing room, I cursed him like I was Gordon Ramsay. Basically just beep! In the second round, I thought, I'm gonna crush this Korean kid like he's kimchi. Instead, he chopped me up like burger meat. I lost round after round and threw tantrum after tantrum. What is your... And I'm glad you weren't there to see me, especially you, Eric. What is your problem, Quentin? Why do you keep losing? I started banging my sword against my head against the wall. My mom sees me and shoots me a disappointed look. Mom, you must be mad that I lost. No, Quentin, she replies. I'm not mad that you lost. I'm mad because you didn't show any good attitude. I'm mad that you didn't even try. Tournaments are not about winning. They are about sportsmanship and attitude, and today you didn't show neither. Mom was right, I thought. Instead of being a gracious loser and shaking hands, I was a sore loser who didn't show any respect. Clearly, I was unfit to be a leader of tomorrow. Now I'm a changed competitor. I shake hands out of genuine respect with every single person I meet. If I lose against them in a sport, if I win, and to prove that, no matter what the result is today, I'm gonna shake hands with this whole aisle of contestants here. In the end, repeat after me. Winning isn't everything. Sportsmanship is. You can bet on it. And remember, bet or no bet, you're not getting my dog. And when you lose, I want you to think of one thing. I have lost, and I have a great attitude, and I will never give up.
林山开遍哟，一林山。
响起了马黄昏，我站在高高的山岗，看那铁路修到我家乡，一条条巨龙翻山越岭，为雪与高原送来安康。一条神奇的铁路带我们走进人间天堂。顷刻就速了尘，会更加香甜。幸福的歌声传遍四方。朋友再见，朋友再见吧，再见吧，再见吧。那天早晨从梦中醒来，心列车闯进我家乡。那天早晨从梦中醒来，心列车闯进我家乡。游击队啊，快带我走吧，朋友再见吧，再见吧。游击队啊，快带我走吧，我实在不能再忍受。游击队啊，快带我走吧，我实在不能再忍受。
All right, let's do this.
Interview take one.
因为我们爱孩子，我们就想真正的去给孩子做一些什么。
主要是做学生的成长规划和大学和私立学校的申请服务，让所有的孩子能够在这个过程当中享受他的一个成长，以及为他的终身的发展奠定比较扎实的基础。
根据每个孩子去发挥每个孩子的这个他特有的长处，所以我们就在这基础之上呢，就组建了很多俱乐部。
每一个孩子他都可以在我们这里找到最适合他的最好的学校。我们北美精英教育的服务对象呢，不仅仅是学生，因为这个家庭教育成长规划当中很重要的一点是家长的，让家长跟着孩子一起去进步，他要懂得孩子，才能真正的理解孩子和跟孩子这个无缝的交流。
我们就用心去工作，用爱去培养孩子。
Applying to universities is very complex. And years ago, when I was applying to college, it wasn't as complicated in the States. It's become much, much more complex.
每一个孩子他都可以在我们这里找到最适合他的最好的学校。
我们就用心去工作，用爱去培养孩子。
in every case of a student with whom I've worked or students I know who've worked with other good counselors, it makes a big difference. And it can really help a student, again, have the best chance at the right schools, but also pick the right schools.
On the dance floor, let's get it on. Hip hop like this, y'all.
Dance, on and on, until the break the dawn. I go overtime. He turns it out
like this, y'all.
Time to battle.
Let's get it on.
Dance.
Yeah. What? I do my thing.
This is my territory, my time for glory.
If you wanna be on top, then you got to let go.
Choose one.
best to drive. Why should I move when I can dance? Why should I move when I can dance? Why should I move when I can dance? So why should I move when I can dance?
All around the world with power and creation. For the B-boys and B-girls, beware of fascination. Over to the underground, and you know what it takes. So listen to the future sound, and these are the breaks.
Why should I move when I can dance? Why should I move when I can dance? Why should I move when I can dance?
So why should I move when I can dance?
Thank you for that wonderful performance. 这些小朋友们都活力四射。那今天呢，我们的活动也收到了赞助商的大力支持。Please welcome the sponsor of this event, President of Accountable MIC, Mr. Hang.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Han. I'm from Accountable Mortgage Investment Corp. Chinese name is Chengcheng Fangdai Touzhi. We are the proud sponsor of tonight's competition. First, I have a question for the audience. I'm going to ask the leaders tomorrow. What do you think is the #1 human fear? Sorry? No more cheese? Yeah. Okay, one more. Death. Okay, one more. Failure. Okay, according to most studies, the #1 human fear is public speaking. And what's #2? Death. Yes, death is ranked after public speaking. And is public speaking that scary? No. Well, I know you're so good at it, so it's not scary. But for a lot of people, it is scary. And for me, it is scary. Believe me, my heart is pounding right now. And for my daughter, her name is Emily. She's 8 years old. It's scary for her. A month ago, her teacher asked everyone in her class to give a speech in front of the class. And she did everything possible to avoid it. And she even got sick on the day she was supposed to go to school to do the speech. And of course, her teacher got her to do the speech on a different date, and she did it. But I could just sense the fear and the resistance in her. Well, public speaking should not be scary. And it is a critical leadership skill that can be learned, practiced, and developed over time. And that's why we are here tonight. We're here to learn and to improve. And for the leaders tomorrow, for those of you who are winning tonight, I say congratulations. And for those of you who are not yet winning, don't worry. And life is a long learning process, and so is public speaking. We're all learning. On behalf of Accountable MIC, and I hope and I know all of you will be the best leaders of tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank for Ms. Hang for the wonderful speech that she gave us. Now let's welcome the advanced group. First of all, unfortunately, we have Chessie Liu. Yeah, being that you're the first one who do the speech. You guys not get my joke?
Once upon a time, there was a teacher who walked into a classroom filled with students sitting at their desks. The teacher announced that day that there was going to be a surprise test, a test he told nobody about.
All the students panicked. Good evening, fellow leaders of tomorrow, most honorable judges, and most welcome guests. The teacher walked around the classroom, handing out the test paper on the students' desks. And when the students flipped that piece of paper over, to their surprise, there were no questions on that blank piece of paper, but one black dot in the middle of it. He instructed the students to write about what they see on that blank piece of paper. When the test was over, he collected the answers that the students wrote and read through all the answers. After, he told the students that they would not get graded based on this test. But he wanted them to ponder about why they wrote about that little black dot and not that blank piece of paper. He explains, the same thing goes in life. Even if we have a great day with our family members, our friends, we will always let those small disappointments and unfortunate events get to us. Whenever I have a bad day, I will often ask myself, did I really have a bad day? Or did I have a bad 5 minutes in that one good day? A couple weeks ago, my English teacher gave me this assignment to write a spoken word poem on a topic of our choice. I decided to write mine about how to maintain a positive mindset. It went something like, someone called me pretty just now. The full phrase was originally, you're pretty dumb, but I'm deciding to focus on the positive things. When you're on the edge of a cliff, cling tightly to a string. A positive mindset can act just like wings. The negative thoughts and voices in the back of your head, they remain better unsaid. Instead, embed the idea that you're going to get through this dread, that you're going to make it through. The sky is going to get blue. The sun will return and leave a golden hue. But when the stars will not align, when the saddened sun won't shine, when you'd rather be inside your bed, the covers pulled above your head, when life is something that you dread, you may find you asking yourself, how can I remain a positive mindset? Some days will look like diamonds. Some days will look like coal. But diamonds don't always sparkle, and rocks aren't always dull. Are you relieved when you've achieved the ability to believe you've won every fight, achieved every goal, and learned every lesson? Ladies and gentlemen, be the love you never received.
Next, we'll have Tim Du. Thank You by Tim Du.
If someone pulled you from a burning building, wouldn't you at least say thank you to that person? Good evening, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen, and fellow leaders. When I was young, I hated saying thank you. Of course, when I did something for someone else, I expected them to say thank you to me. But me thanking other people? No way. Not even when my mom made me my favorite chicken chow meal. There would be a whole lot of chowing. But thanking? No, thank you. But life always finds a way to teach you a lesson, right? So one day, in grade 3, my teacher, Mrs. R, got another student, Janet, to hand out some papers. When Janet went around handing out papers to the other students, they all said thank you with a big smile, and she would smile back. However, when Janet handed the papers to me, I said, nothing. There wasn't a smile for Janet either. But Janet didn't give up on me then. Aren't you forgetting something, Tim? Forgetting something? What? How about a thank you? A thank you, okay. For what? It was time for the teacher to step in. Tim, why don't you say thank you? Because it's not necessary? But Tim, people help you because they want to, not because you deserve it. And right now you're acting so ungrateful to Janet there that it's obvious you don't deserve anyone's help. I just shook my head in disbelief. The next day on the way to school, I noticed something very odd. When I waved hello at people, they just ignored me. When I saw Mrs. R hunched over a computer, doing whatever teachers do, I said, "Hello, Mrs. R," and she didn't even look up. When I sat down next to my best friend Quentin at the time, I said, "Hey dude, Quentin, how come Mrs. R isn't talking to me today? Is she like that with everyone? Is she sick? What's happening?" Guess what? Surprise, surprise. He didn't say anything either. What in the world was going on? During our break time, I confronted Quentin. "Hey dude, why are you guys all ignoring me? Why are you guys not talking to me? Can't you see what's happening right now, Tim? No one wants anything to do with you because you don't say thank you. You act like we owe you, and guess what? We don't. And unless you start saying thank you, and unless you start apologizing for what you've done, we're never going to help you, and we're always going to keep ignoring you." Wow, that was a harsh reality check for me. It felt like a massive slap in the face, only it hurt me much more than a slap ever could. For the first time in my life, I was feeling isolated, rejected, and alone. With my head down, I went back into class. In class, the teacher singles me out in front of everyone. "Tim, why do you think no one likes you right now and no one wants to help you?" "It's because I don't say thank you and I don't show gratitude." "Well, I'm glad you learned your lesson. I think you owe the class an apology. Just remember that saying thank you touches people here in their hearts. It drives us together. Saying thank you is the greatest yet simplest gift that you can give. It's free for you to give, but it's priceless for the receiver. So always say thank you." At that time, I didn't have the courage to say thank you to Mrs. R, but I did have the courage to face my class. I'm sorry, everyone, for being such a loser. I'm sorry for not saying thank you and showing gratitude. And right now, I want to say 1,000 thank yous for everything that you guys do for me. It's okay, Tim. We forgive you. Just remember to always say thank you. And since that day, I always have. Just saying those 2 words made me a better person, happier, and opened the doors of possibility. If you're already used to saying thank you, there's only one thing I can say to you. Thank you. But if you're not, then please start today, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made, to pay the price of isolation that I paid. Remember, no matter how subtle or how small the gesture, always say thank you with a big smile. Remember, it's the greatest yet simplest gift that you can give. It's free for you to give, but it's priceless for the receiver. Thank you. Not Michael Chen.
Next up is our contestant Lucy Guo. Trust is the Must. Trust is the Must by Lucy Guo.
Let's start with a Jeopardy question. What does the word trust rhyme with? Yes? Exactly. Trust, must, dust, rust. You guys are all ready to be leaders of tomorrow. Good evening, fellow contestants, welcome guests, and most trusted judges. Trust doesn't rhyme with relationships, but trust is the foundation of all relationships. When trust is tarnished, your relationships will begin to rust. And if you don't fix the rust, your trust will quickly turn into dust. I grew up in a loving family with happy relationships with everyone, especially Winnie. No, not Winnie the Pooh, my older sister, Winnie. I trusted her and she trusted me. We played together and prayed together. When I was 2, I fell into a water fountain in China. Winnie was only 8 back then, and she jumped in immediately after me with her clothes and saved my life. When my mom tried to put me in a different school than Winnie, I threw a tantrum. No, Mom, I never ever want to be separated from Winnie. But most importantly, we were always honest with each other. Winnie was my best friend. When I was 8, I started borrowing. Okay, stealing from Winnie. Her bracelets, hairbands, and even her toothbrush. Lucy, where did my toothbrush go? I don't know. Lucy, did you go into my room? What are you talking about? The more I took, the less Winnie trusted me. One day, she got spitting mad at me. I never want to see your face again. I can't believe you took my pajamas. Mom came running in. Lucy, did you really take your sister's pajamas? No, what do you mean? They're too big for me. Oh, so you must have tried them. And then the worst possible thing happened. Winnie actually showed Mom a video of me walking out of her room with her pajamas. At the moment, my world was shattered. Mom told me, Lucy, I'm so disappointed. Trust is a must. You must speak the truth and keep the trust. Winnie stopped talking to me for nearly a month, and instantly our relationship began to rust. Today, I'm 14 and she's 20, but she still isn't able to trust me 100% and tries to avoid me at all costs. Although, that might just be because she finds me so annoying. It's been a long upward road to reestablishing the trust. Deep down, I know that even my mom keeps careful watch on my every move because she cannot fully trust me. I cannot explain how much I regret my actions from 6 years ago. I've tried so hard to repair my trust with my whole family, and I make it a point to never lie or do anything that can add more rust to our relationship. This is one of the reasons why I'm so proud to hear my younger twins, Jack and Jenny, here earlier today speaking to you about honesty and responsibility. Remember what rhymes with trust. Trust is a must. Once trust starts to rust, it will quickly turn into dust. Don't put your relationships into jeopardy. The price of breaking the trust is too high. I'm still paying for it. So please, speak the truth and keep the trust. Let's say it together. Trust is a must. Thank you.
No. Next up, we have Jeremy Liu, Resourceful. Resourceful by Jeremy Liu.
As a teacher, about to reveal the name of our competition? Everyone screamed, shouted, cheered. Yes! And there it is. 1 fell down. None of us noticed. 10 fell down. Nobody cared. But when 100 fell down, no one knew what to do. Evening, our most honorable, handsome, and beautiful judges, our most encouraging guests, our most skillful leaders of tomorrows. As everyone knows, every day, thousands and thousands of trees are being cut down. But what if someone gave you a tree and tell you to be resourceful? I bet you 99 people out of 100 will choose to save the most wood as they can. That 1%, which is all of you, what will you do? It was a Thursday, as the sun, as a scorching, sunny, shiny sun, hanged in the sky. Underneath the sun, it was a school with a label of 100. Inside of the school, it was a classroom, 35 students and 1 teacher. All of us are excited. Every one of us stared at the teacher. By the way, there's only 1 teacher there. Then, as the teacher revealed the final name of the competition, she said, "We have a competition for the best looking Barbies." By the way, who likes Barbies here? Please raise up your hand. I love Barbie myself. Come on, please don't shy. Raise up your hand. Well, I know all of you are shy, but it's okay. My whole entire class loves Barbies. With all those excitements, our teacher separated us into 5 groups. Group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm in group 5. We have 5 people. When we're talking about our tactics, about how to make our Barbie look good, the first and second group went up. None of us noticed. And then, as we finished talking about those tactics, the third and fourth group went up. One of our group members noticed some of them are taking more Barbies than they should, but none of us cared. And then, it's finally our turn. We looked at each other. Guys, we can do it. We walked 1 step at a time towards the table where the Barbies placed. But we're shocked. There's only 1 Barbie left when there should be 5. All of us are upset. The other group must have took more Barbies than they should. How greedy. With sad depression, we took the Barbie to our desk and sat there. None of us wanted to do anything. We're just so sad that there's only 1 Barbie for us. Our teacher must have noticed the excitement of our group is going down, so she walked up to us and noticed the situation. She said, "Hey guys, I believe you can do it. You can be resourceful." What? All of us are confused. But our understanding, resourceful, is to use the minimum stuff as you can. After hearing what we said, our teacher laughed at us, mocked at us. She said, "No, you're only a little bit right. Resourcefulness is to use the minimum resource to do the maximum thing. In other terms, make that 1 resource into 100. Hopes light up in our eyes. And then we start to dress that beautiful Barbie. 10 minutes later, the tall, skinny Barbie turned into a masterpiece, into a ball of clothes. In closing, as 1 Barbie's gone, no one noticed. As 10 Barbies gone, no one cared. But when 100 Barbies gone, they didn't know what to do. Today, this Friday, as a brilliant, bright, Barbiest moon hangs in the sky, underneath the moon is a stage. Everyone, I wanted you. When someone gives you a treat to tell you to be resourceful, tell yourself, make that 1 into 100.
Next, we have Ekaterina, The Ruthless Reality of Dreaming. The Ruthless Reality of Dreaming, Ekaterina.
If I told you my dream is to become one of the most successful people of the 21st century, what advice would you give me? I ask you, successful people out there, how do I turn that dream into a reality? Hard work? Study it? Okay, as well, how do I become rich and wealthy if I so desire to? Try hard? Work hard? Okay, then how do I get my dream job, which I've been told to be the key to my success? Study hard? Work hard? All my life, I've been told that I can achieve anything and do anything with hard work. But why is it that so many hardworking people that I've seen are not successful? Hello, my name is Ekat, and I have a profound realization, and that is, hard work alone doesn't always promise success. Like many Asian students, I play badminton, I go to math class. Oh, and yes, of course, I play the piano. My entire after-school life revolves around my extracurricular classes and my music. Every year, I take one practical exam that determines my entire year's worth of practice. This one year, I was determined to obtain an exemplary mark on this exam. I spent an entire summer doing nothing but eating, sleeping, and practicing. I denied every opportunity for an outing and every invitation to meet up with friends. It was a painfully endless cycle, but I believed that sacrificing my summer would ultimately bring me success. I was so prepared to wow the examiners with an incredible performance. 1 year of hard work, 1 summer of sacrifice. What a great success story this would be. Let me tell you about it. Disaster. That's what happened. There was my goal, and then there was my result. The gap was wide. I was so crushed. I was devastated for several weeks. I felt that I could never succeed. What a failure. If I'd put that much time and effort into my goal without the correlate success, then what would bring my success? At the time, I was naive to believe society's view on success, that hard work alone can bring that success. What I've discovered is that hard work is just the push that starts the ball rolling towards success. But what happens when the ball slows down, plagued by troubles and obstacles? Will hard work alone be the only thing advancing the ball? My thesis is that hard work, combined with persistence, humility, and risk-taking, creates resilience. And resilience is what carries the day. In my own research, I studied some of the most successful people of our time in hopes of finding a pattern of characteristics and actions that made them successful. Albert Einstein, Walt Disney, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Oprah Winfrey. I found that all of these influential people were, yes, hardworking, but they had vision. They were persistent, they had humility, and they took risks. With all this being said, I know some of you might be able to relate to each one of the characteristics I just mentioned, and you might even be thinking, yes, I'm hardworking. Yes, I'm persistent. And yes, I take risks. But why am I not seeing the results I anticipated? Why am I not like so-and-so when they were at my age? And why do I not have the abilities of that person? As a student, I have experienced the frustration of studying well into the hours of the night, only to have a less than average mark handed back to me the next day. I do understand that one of the most frustrating things is when you pour your heart and soul into practicing and studying for something, and the product of your efforts don't come in return. When you push yourself to your absolute limits, but you still can't come even close to comparing to your Ivy League university accepted cousin who your family compares you to. At this moment, you may feel like success is like a Shangri-La. It is but a dream in the far-off distance and impossible to get to. Ladies and gentlemen, I have great news for you. Success is destined for your future and very much in your reach. In fact, by knowing this, you're already succeeding, because when you have the mindset of a successful person, hard work and perseverance will come naturally. I'm trying to change my generation's view on success, that we must be standing on a higher platform, not unlike this, to be called successful, when successfulness is really the thought and action of growing and trying, and not the product of it. We cannot measure success like we measure a person's shoe size, because we all walk a different path in a different way. I know that sometimes our nature is to worry about the seemingly impossible ways to make our ambitious dreams come true, when in reality, that's not very practical. Because you can't completely control destiny and what you're meant to do. All you can do is focus on what you can control at this time. So now, if someone were to ask me, ECAT, how do I become successful? Hard work? Yes. Persistence? Yes. Humility? Yes. Focusing solely on success? No. Remember my own personal piano story? Remember how crushed I was? The hard work equation was crushed. But now I see, and you see, that it's all these qualities with the ultimate quality called resilience that carries the day. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges and orators, it's resilience that carries the day. Thank you.
Next, we have Sarah Xia. High Five. High Five by Sarah Xia.
High five. Give me 5. Yeah, you did it. High five. Good evening, fellow leaders of tomorrow, honorable judges, and most welcome guests. Do you like high-fiving with your family? When I was 5 years old, my grandparents came to visit from China. And there was this one afternoon when just the 3 of us were at home. It was a pleasant afternoon. I was busily playing checkers with my grandfather when I saw one special flower on the balcony. Its petals were delicate and a bright shade of pink, just like someone's face when they see their crush. I pressed myself against the door to get a better look, when a shadow covered my vision. I was so frustrated that I slammed the door shut and locked it. Then I heard the bang, bang, bang
somewhere in the house. I looked up to see my grandmother shouting for us to let her in. I couldn't believe it. I locked my grandmother on the balcony. I am so in trouble. Nervously, I looked to my grandfather. He stood there with a wide grin, and he said, "You did it! You locked her on the balcony! High five!" I laughed, and I returned the high five, and that slap ran across the house. It was a high five of joy. The high five left a mark on my fingers and a mark on my heart. As a 5-year-old, I believed that family are people who are always there to support you. Soon after that, my grandparents went back to China. And soon after that, my mom went back to China. A week later, Mom came back. She was wearing a gorgeous black gown, but her face was deathly pale. I asked, "Mommy, what's wrong?" "Everything's all right, honey." "When are Grandpa and Grandma be visiting again?" "Sweetie, your grandfather is at a place very, very far away, and he won't be back for a long time." I waited because I believed that my grandfather would be back for me. I waited for 5 years. Grandfather never came back. When I was 10 years old, just starting to understand some things, I learned that he passed away from cancer. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that that visit 5 years ago was the last time that I see my grandfather. For a long time, I locked myself in a little prison of depression, thinking about one question: what is family? And sometimes my mom will come and give me a high five of reassurance and comfort. The high five left a mark on my fingers and a mark on my heart. As a 10-year-old, I believe that family are people who are always there to support you. They are strong but also fragile because they might be gone the next second. When we went back to China, we visited my grandfather. I thought I would break down again. But when I saw that warm, encouraging smile on the gravestone, something opened up inside of me. A window. At that moment, I knew that my grandfather is happy at a place very, very far away, that he is with me. At the end of the visit, I released myself from the little prison of depression. Grandpa, high five. The high five left a mark on my fingers and a mark on my heart. Family are people who are always there to support you. They're strong, but they will only be gone physically, because no matter what, your family is forever with you. Whether it is a high five of joy, of reassurance, or of release, it is the power that your family gives you. Every one of us should appreciate this power, should appreciate our families. A couple months ago, my teacher, Mr. George, asked, if you could travel back in time, where would you go? Thousands of images ran in my mind, but it all settled to that one sunny afternoon, that one pot of pink flower, that warm, encouraging smile, and a powerful high five of joy.
Next up, we have Laura Zhao, The Meaning of Life. The Meaning of Life by Laura Zhao.
in my book, searching the ups and downs of Manhattan, trying to find it, while I'm on my cozy couch, thinking hard. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow leaders of tomorrow, most honorable judges. There are 2 great days in a person's life, the day we are born and the day we discover why. So why? Life. What is life? What is the meaning of life? The word we hear every day, the word that drives us, but what does it mean? The word we say so often without really thinking of what it means. Why are we here? What does life mean? Questions are going hectic inside of my head. Questions that's been in there for days, months, years, and this book suddenly brought them all up. We all have a life, but what does that mean? Does it mean reading, having fun all day, or studying until my head explodes? Why are we here? Sure, it could be some scientific explanation about how our ancestors evolved from apes, chimpanzees, gorillas, or some stories about dinosaurs and asteroids. But what does that mean for us? Are we here just to discover what happened to our ancestors? What does this all mean? Being here, standing up here, sitting down there, speaking, listening. We have the power to create our lives. But how? As I was reading, I thought about the meaning of life. I thought I could think of an answer right off the top of my head. But then my mind went blank. The book I was reading tells all about the character, Jeremy's adventure on looking for, finding, and discovering the meaning of life. In the end, he found out that everyone's meaning of life is different. Through the process, he met different people who had different perspectives and stories about the meaning of life. Inspired by the character's adventure, something clicked in my head. Life has no meaning. Each and every one of us have meaning, and we are the ones who bring it to life. Joseph Campbell, an American author, has once said, "The meaning of life is whatever we ascribe it to be. Being alive is the meaning." Books, characters, reading, that's all part of life. Our life. The one and only life we are in control of. Do what you want to do. Do what you love to do. Take control of your life and enjoy it. Do what makes you happy. Having a life makes us who we are. Life is what is shaping us into who we are today. That's what we have in our worlds to make us, us. We have the power to create our lives. An old man is teaching his grandson about life. "A fight is going on inside of me," he said to the boy. "It is a terrible fight, and it's between 2 wolves. One wolf is evil. He has anger, envy, sorrow, regret, guilt, arrogance, self-pride, lies, and guilt. The other wolf is good. He has peace, joy, love, hope, serenity, humility, empathy, kindness, benevolence, truth, compassion, and faith. The same fight is going on inside of you and every other person too." The boy thought about it for a moment and asked, "Which wolf will win?" And the man simply replied, "The one you feed." We choose which wolf to feed, and that creates who we become, how we see the world, and what we do in the brief amount of time allotted to us. We have the power to create our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to find your very own meaning and bring it to life. Which wolf will you feed?
As for our final contestant, Sean Yusu, Never Give Up. Never Give Up by Sean Yusu. Welcome.
What each of us learned from our challenges and hardships are different. For me, the most important life lesson I learned is to never give up, even when things get really tough. Good evening, dear leaders of tomorrow, honorable judges and audiences. My most important life lesson is to never give up. And today, I'm going to explain how it changed my life. It was doing a speech competition just like this, but bigger. All the other contestants were all well prepared, even had fun on stage, and made others laugh. I, however, didn't have much time to practice and memorize a speech because of my mountain of homework. I still tried my best to memorize every single sentence, every line, every paragraph. Yet, when I got on stage, I still forgot many of my lines. At one moment, my mind went blank because of my nervousness. I just stood there, frozen like a snowman. Finally, words started to spill out of my mouth, but they were just a scrambled mess. When I went home, I immediately went to my room. I didn't tell anything to my mom at first, but later, I told her everything. Mom, I think I'm going to give up on public speaking, leaders of tomorrow. I would rather be a follower my entire life. She looked at me in the eyes and said, Sean, you have to never give up. She said the reason I didn't prepare is because of my homework. That's okay, because next time I will know what to expect. I will work harder, practice more, and memorize my speech. I felt a lot better after I heard what she had said. Next time before my class, I worked as hard as I can and practiced many times of my speech. Before I got on stage, I heard someone whisper, "It's going to be a waste of time listening to Sean's speech." But that time, I surprised everyone, including myself. I was so happy because I won an emoji prize that day and made my mom so proud. The achievement and feeling I got from not giving up, it's confidence. The confidence, it didn't only help me in public speaking. It also helped me in school and other activities. When I first came to Canada, I was a shy kid in the classroom. I almost never answered any of my teacher's questions. But now, whenever he had a question, I will always raise my hand up and speak the best answer. If I'm wrong, I'll remember my mom's words. Sean, never give up. And I will encourage myself to work harder and research more about that subject. So today, I want you to know, if you're doing something you love right now, no matter how challenging it is, if you're struggling at a job or at school, remember, there will always be challenges and problems on the way. But if you want to get the goals and successes you wanted,
Never give up.
The skill, no junior.
Now can we have all the contestants back to their seats? Can we have all the contestants back to their seats? Thank you. So now all the sessions of our competition is completed. We hope you have enjoyed those excellent speeches throughout the time. And right now the results of the competition are being counted. And now please welcome the CEO of North America Noble Academy, Sharon, and LOT, which is Leaders of Tomorrow, Director George, to come on stage and give us a few words.
Good evening, everyone. How did you like the contest? Amazing contest, and I believe that we have raised the bar again. I believe the last contest was great. This one is even better. Thank you for all the contestants. Thank you for your hard work. Great job. 2 thumbs up for everyone. Sharon, what do you think about this evening?
Oh, that's gorgeous, amazing. Yeah, I'm so surprised, especially for the contest, right? The lovely kids. Yeah, I love you.
Sharon, I also want to thank Nanaji for all your team, for all the hard work, and also thank to the Royal Commonwealth Society for hosting this wonderful event.
Yeah, that's really our pleasure. So I must say thank you to the lovely kids and also the parents, judges, and also our sponsor, Accountable Mortgage Investment Corporation, and also the music school, Xinmu Musical School. Yeah, Yung Wang, the founder, right? Yung Wang, yeah, and Gui Yun Han, our sponsor. Thank you. Thanks for your sponsor.
Round of applause, please, for our sponsors.
And also, I also must thanks for our partner. Where's Becky? Oh, Becky. Thank you, Becky. And Jenna, where's Jenna? Hey, Jenna, yeah, all the time. The back of the stage. Thank you. Yeah, and also for thanks for the volunteer tonight from Noble Youth Society. Yeah, that's a students' society established for almost 5 years already, and non-profit organization. Thanks for all the works. Right? Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, George, can you update the story of Leaders of Tomorrow?
Well, Leaders of Tomorrow, we have grown. We started in 2015 from a class of just 10 students, and now we have grown to over 300 students this year.
Proud of it. Wow.
This year, we already have in 6 of the great cities around Vancouver, and very soon, this fall, we're adding one more in New West and another one in Vancouver, South Vancouver.
Wow, improved so fast, right? Yeah. So the work can you describe a little about what's the difference Leaders of Tomorrow compare with other public speaking class?
In Leaders of Tomorrow, we focus on the leadership aspect. We want our young students, all of them, to be great leaders in the future. Yes, speaking is important, but more than speaking, communication is a key. So you combine the communication skill with the leadership skill, and you will get success. That was the aim that I had in 2015. That's the one that fuels me, that drives me, that I would like every student to be great leaders so that this world will be a better place than we came in. So I know today is a speaking contest. Outside our speaking contest, in the classroom, we focus on leadership. We focus on values. We focus on terminology. We focus on the concept, how we equip all our students that they can be successful in the future. Something that may not be taught in other places that we focus on, and that's the drive, the fuel that we know, and the right formula for our kids to be ready in the future.
Thank you, Jared. So yeah, I totally understand because we cooperate for 3 years already, and we have the same mission. Our school is Noble Youth Academy Group. So our mission is training qualified kids and giving back to the society. Yeah, so that's our mission. And just like Eric Su talked about the tires of the car. So yeah, we usually do the family education, and we need 2 tires for the family education. So 1 tire, the parents. Another tire, the kids. So without 1 tire, if we only have 1 tire, imagine what the result. So we did a lot of work within the past 3 years. Because our academy established in 2013, and we have offices in Vancouver, Shanghai, Hong Kong, and the west and eastern of the United States. So we have the same mission, so we can cooperate together, and very happy. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's time we'll invite Sean and Jimmy to come to stage, and we want to reward you. Sean, Jimmy, and to everybody from the Royal Commonwealth Society, thank you very much for co-hosting this event, and this is our token of appreciation.
Yes.
Round of applause, please.
Thank
you.
Thank you, Jimmy. Yes. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Thanks for all of those wonderful speeches. Let's invite all of the contestants up to stage. All of the competitors will reward a certificate by Sharon and George.
Yeah, Michael. Good job, Michael. Good job.
I can't get the mic. Someone.
Excuse me, what's the line?
Jack Guo. Jack Wang. Lauren Fung. Queenie Lee. Brianna Tang. Billy Jin. Henry Sai. Daisy Xia. Eric Su. Anya Fang. I'll now pass it on to Sharon.
Thank you, George. Thank you. Okay. So Serena Du. Congratulations. Sarah Xia. Okay, congratulations. Laura Zhang. Yeah, congratulations. Chelsea Liu. Congratulations. Farimi Liu. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. Oh, this is really, really difficult to pronunciation. I remember the girl. Yeah, the beautiful girl. Akitarina. Yeah, Akitarina Kovsky. Yeah, congratulations. Yeah, Lucy Guo. Okay, congratulations. My pleasure. Team Du. Yeah, congratulations. Congratulations. Shang Xu. Where's Shang? Hey, congratulations. Michael Shen. Michael Shen. Oh, Fiona Liu. Yeah, our MC. Thank you, MC. Rebecca Sun. Congratulations. That's Quentin Guo. Yeah, yeah. Congratulations, Quentin. Shake hands. So maybe we, yeah. Okay. Come here. Becky, Jenna. 来吧，上来，一块儿照个合影。别等着孩子。Thank you. Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, all the contests, please stay on the stage. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Yeah, now we will be announcing the winners of all the groups. So please welcome the co-chair of the Education Committee, Royal Commonwealth Society, Mainland BC Branch, Jimmy Yang, to announce the winners of the Skittles group. And please welcome the guest of honor, Noble Youth Academy Group, Becky, to announce the awards.
Grab an envelope. Sure. Okay. All right. Good evening. So now I'm going to announce the third place winner. Jenny Guo. Jenny Guo. Yeah. Okay. I just keep announced. Okay. Yeah. All right. There are two third place winners, and then the third place winner is Rena Ren. Congratulations. Do I? Who else is it? Okay. Now, the second place. There's only one, right? Okay. So one second place winner, and the winner is Ray Wu. Congratulations, and then maybe some. So, okay. All right, thank you very much. So the last one, the first place, Mr. Jack Guo. Congratulations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Jimmy 上来 take picture. 我们要不要 Jimmy 上来 take picture?
不用。
Jimmy 下来。
Please welcome CCS Education CEO Li Jing to announce the final. Oh, sorry, Liu Ying to announce the final winner of the junior group. Please welcome the president of Accountable MIC, Ms. Han, to hand out the rewards.
The third one is Brina Tang.
Lauren Fong.
Another third one is Lauren Feng.
Congratulations. Yeah. Let's take a picture.
Second one is Jack Wang. Who is first one? Queenie Lee.
Now please welcome the director of Leaders of Tomorrow, George, to announce the winners of the senior group, and please welcome the CEO of Noble Academy Group, Sharon, to hand out the awards.
This is a tough category. We only have one third place winner for this category, one second and one first. Third place. Drum roll, please. Billy Jin. Congratulations. You put this. Yes. You can stand in the front. Second place. Drum roll, please. Eric Su. Congratulations. And the winner for the 10 to 12-year-old category goes to Anya Fang. Congratulations.
Please welcome the president of the Royal Commonwealth Society Mainland BC branch, Sharon Shang. Welcome Germany from Noble. Jenna from Noble Academy Group to hand out the rewards.
I'm really sorry about that. But it's okay. I make mistakes all the time when I'm an MC. All right, thank you. In third place, we have, drum roll please, Sarah Xia. In second place, we have Lucy Guo. And the winner, in first place, our grand prize winner is Laura Zhang. Thank you. Oh. Thank you very much, all of you.
Now can we have all the judges and invited guests on stage for a big group photo?